Oh. They're actually coming here? Humanize under siege? Yeah. They really want to die, don't they? I mean, it's better for me. War declared on Liege. Notable guest has arrived. Okay, what is going on? What is that war? Of course it's them. Hopefully they don't ask... Wait a minute. They're actually declaring war on our liege. So it's gotta be a war for the kingdom. No, wait. Which one? War for Count Vermondo. To claim the kingdom of Asturias. He wants to become my king. He's gonna... Wow. Hopefully he doesn't call me for the war, because I'm busy right now. Dynasty head has changed again. Yeah, it's that thing. Let's take care of our notable guest. It's Bernabaugh with the grave accent, which is... No, actually, that's an acute, I believe. He's really good at martial. So, do I want that for a knight? Bernabaugh is right here. That would allow Gala to not be a knight anymore. 50 gold for him. And he's 40. He's probably going to die. So I'm not going to do that. Maybe... Wait a minute. I could marry him. Hey. Do you want to marry my chancellor? No, that's not how it works. Emma. Do you want to marry Emma? You do not. Why not? Because my candidate is lowborn. How about Aulausia? She's also lowborn. Wait a minute, are you highborn? How's Traversari? Yeah? I would need a princess. Or, not a princess, but at least a highborn person in my court. Yeah, well, that's just how it goes. Maybe I could have a baby soon. Oh, speaking of which, we should probably take care of that. Hello, spouse. Petter, you don't have daughters? You need a wife. But he's not within my court, I don't think, so... Is he? He might be. I'm not sure. Either way, he's good where he is. I don't mind that. That said, at 44, she might not have children anymore. Let's do a seduce. 80%. Let's go ahead and do that. And see where that is going to end up. We're about to be done with our siege. In fact, it is done. And prisoners have been taken. It's the Sheikh Jalil ibn Aslam the Aveiro. Should be Ab Aveiro or something. He's a little kid. Yep, that's the brutality of war. And I'm just going to send you over there. Are they going to run away? They are going to run away. Don't run away there. You can't flee from Judeas. That's the Portuguese Judeas rather than the Spanish one. Faction disbanded. I wonder why. Maybe it's because they are fighting now. Speaking of which, dynasty head has changed. Alliance expired with Roderico. Oh, yeah, but... Oh, no, that's actually a problem. He's died. That's not a problem at all. He actually got killed. Like a chump. My counselor, Vladan, has died as well. Of consumption. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Isn't that, like, highly contagious? Prisoner taken in siege. Yeah, I will. That's the baby. Okay, if my chancellor has died, I just need to get a new one. Just as simple as that. And you need diplomatic skills. Unfortunately... Ooh, Count Petter could be a one. Don't I... Powerful vassal? I can ransom for 12? Sure. Powerful vassal expects a position. Count Peru would expect a position. You're my best bet. I hope you know, are not too bad. That's, yeah. So from here, make grant titles. No. Yeah, we can't grant the title from here. It needs to be from here. Which is a bit... It's what it is. But he likes me now. He loves me very much. So I'm absolutely fine with that situation. Meanwhile, we're having a fight over here. We're having a tussle. Ransom accepted. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Speaking of which, I might be in a position where I can create Portugal. I do not fulfill all the requirements. I didn't realize there were requirements. You belong to the Iberian culture group? Yes. I need to control Algarve? That's not historical. Portugal started existing without Algarve. So I need the whole thing down here. It's just our objective, so it's not like I'm not gonna do it, you know. So this victory has happened with 90 losses on my side. That is probably not gonna be an issue. Although they might be. I really don't want to have to ask for help. Salt in the wound. While I was at the market with Wimaranu, his attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Wimaranu watched him for a while. When he did nothing but cough and beg water, Wimaranu rolled his eyes and kept on walking. And he becomes callous with that, which is minus diplomacy, but adds to intrigue, tyranny, and just a bunch of other things. I will expend some of my prestige per month. I don't like that. Not spend my prestige per month, but I will spend some of my stress to make him compassionate. Yes. I would like him to be compassionate. No, child. Be compassionate and don't get on my nerves, because that's basically what's going on there. So they're going that way, and we have a new thing up here. Oh, I can ransom Sebastian for gold. Who's Sebastian? Oh, it's a new prisoner. For 20 gold. Sure. Who would be the favor for? The Sultan, obviously. But it's an unimportant courtier. I mean, the gold is very much appreciated. This does mean, though, that I will be buying things. Let's start with Porto over here. Buying buildings, I should say. We got a castle, and we could look at things like... well, all this stuff that I can't build. Why can't I? It's because I don't have the innovations ready. Does that mean I can't build anything in Porto? Because I have the money. Just don't... I can't build anything. The Burbs innovation. Early medieval era. This is why I want to focus on technology, because it's good for the long run. And the city of Braga. That's obviously of somebody else. So the fact that it is under somebody else means that the stuff that I actually get is diminished. So either I strip the rights of these guys, which I could do. There's a possibility depending on if you have hooks on them, I think. Does he like me? He should like me. He likes me a little bit. That's good. So the county of Bragança, for example, doesn't have any holder. So I think if I make things here, I should get the full benefit, including, and importantly, the garrisons. We're going to want to build barracks, I think. They're relatively cheap. Why wouldn't I want to build the hill forts, though? They might be... oh, they're long-term buildings. Let's go ahead and build 2 hill forts. Right. So that's under construction right now. And over here, it's under Mayor Esteban. Then we might want some hill forts in the north. For example, Montfaro over here not really being built. I say hill forts, but... oh, these are cheaper. That's really nice. Let's make another one. And obviously it's going to take 5 years. I could focus on building. I believe it's this thing over here that decreases build time. So let's make that work over there. It will decrease my taxes as well. But that should be fine. Ransom has been accepted. We are now besieging the other lands. And the war against my liege doesn't seem to be going too well there. He's got allies, though. Unless... yeah, he's got allies. It's definitely not going too well. So I'm on this side, right? King Louis, King Eudes. I don't know. You would guess so, but why it's here? I think it's here because I am just... it's my liege. So Count Veramondo just messed with the wrong person. And that is a good lesson that I should learn, because I would eventually want to mess with that person as well. A new perk has been unlocked, and I will go with Levels of Devotion. That's really nice. Know Thyself is also pretty nice. Clergy Opinion plus 10, which is not bad at all. But in this particular instance, I don't really need to get it. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, this thing stood over there. Let's get that right there. And we got a Gift of Laver. Laver? Sure. Everyone appreciates a gift, but perhaps I could come up with something truly unique that will make a real impression on Infanta Eldonza. That's our wife. I say our wife. It's my wife. It's not yours. Either way. That's... Anyway, I'm used to... As a Let's Player, you know, I say we rather than me. So, we need to know her, for one. She is humble. She is gregarious, which means she enjoys spending time with other people. And she's craven as well, which means she doesn't enjoy being challenged or scared at all. Sounds perfectly acceptable traits, honestly. A wood carving of a castle, a commissioned poetry on the joys of life dedicated to her, or an embroidery featuring her house crest. I'm gonna go with the commissioned poetry, because that's just lovely. And I think something just happened. Greetings, Duke Lucidio of Portugal. Thank you so much for the poem on the joys of life you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Anything for you, Eldonza? My father was truly wise to do the thing that, you know, marry us together and all that. Although she's pretty old, and that might have been a bad thing. Then again, you don't want to have too many kids. You want to have some kids, but just not too many. Dynasty head has changed again, and this time it's Duke Diaku. I hope the king didn't die or anything. I'm not 100% sure why the dynasty heads change. I assume it has to do with, like, prestige or something because of the, like, a specific type of dynasty. Nothing that we can do anything about, so we don't really need to learn those ins and outs. Greetings, Duke Lucidio of Portugal. I have prowled through documents both ancient and money. Unfortunately, I do not have the money, and that is really unfortunate, in fact. Because we're gonna spend piety again. I would love to be able to ask for money, but I cannot. I am ashamed that I forgot this particular detail. Will not forget it in the future. But I will take Astorga. I think it's gonna be fine. It's just gonna take a little while. Besides, we are busy right now. It's almost done. Task finished by Gala, so that's really nice. The control is taken care of, and I will put more emphasis on Monterrey now, because I don't remember what's going on here. Minus 13, that's a popular opinion. It's just because I went to war with them. It's only natural that people get upset that I burned their houses. I now got the 17, from the ransack here. Now I have Viseu, which is nice. Viseu, that's how it's properly pronounced. And let's just see what I'm against, because there's a pass over here. So we're going to go to Salamanca. I've been to Salamanca. Very old cities. Castelo Branco over there. Plasencia. And Avila. Avila. Right, Avila. Yes. So Salamanca would be here. And then maybe? I don't know. Suppose we might be able to tell by clicking on these buttons. Yes, we can. Okay, that's where I need to go. It's not ideal, and the reason for that, obviously, is because they can flank us on, you know, multiple sides. Can I actually go in there? I can't, because I'm not at war with them. And besides, if they're smart, they know they shouldn't be coming here. Speaking of which, they're coming here. They're not smart. They're really dumb. And now Gimenez is under siege. That is a relatively smart strategy. I mean, besieging Gimenez is definitely not a smart strategy. You'd need to have both support. Otherwise, it just doesn't go well for you. And it isn't. I mean, it's admittedly, look at that. Our Knight Mayor Ordoño was wounded by Muhammad. That's fine. It's just wounds. He's good with that, I think. And we have now been victorious. 78 on our side, 87 on theirs. That's good for the long term. Or it's important to pay attention to that on the long term, but it's just one of those things, you know. Where are you going? You're going back to your capital. That's why we go back up there, because it's like the capital of the whole kingdom. A reading in Porto. The celebrations had come to an end, and the evening's entertainment seemed to be over when Infanta Eldonza suggested a reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear, and I see my chance to impress Eldonza. Something pious. Let's be entertained. Riddle poems. That's probably not great. Why is it giving me this icon? I can't choose that, I don't think. And besides, I don't think I... Oh, it's because it's the mountains. It's confused about the nature of life. So something pious or let's be entertained. Now, the improvement of moral qualities would give us the chance to learn. Smoldering chemistry is what I would get if I succeed in any of these. I don't think the entertained... No, the entertained is probably related to gregarious. Let's go with that. Let's be entertained. Riddle poems. That doesn't sound like something she would like, honestly, because it's a challenge, you know. And we got 2 current situations. I am now 2nd in line for County of Soria in Quellar. And my heir is 3rd in line. But we don't need to worry about that for the moment because, well, they're busy fighting each other. That's why. Speaking of which, let's keep an eye on that. So the war is just not going well. 2,900 on one side, 1,600 on the other. The king is gonna lose, in fact. It's really weird, isn't it? It's just that I think the allies are not coming in. So that's gonna be a war that's gonna last a while. I wonder if it's possible to separate some of my army to go besiege other places. A reading in Porto again. Is it the same? I think it is. Let's go with something pious this time. I think it didn't work before. A reading in Porto. Or is it... This happened to me before, where it keeps... The same pop-up keeps happening over and over again. As the clerk reads us, Eldonza seemed... Or reads for us, Eldonza seemed completely engrossed. She later approached me. Good choice, Lucidillo, she says and glances down. I don't know what she's looking at. I didn't... It's that she's glancing down. Just one of those things, you know? Okay, here they come. So... Is it worthwhile to stay here? Well, I guess we're gonna see. Because if they're gonna take Viseu, then I need to make note of how fast it goes. It's not going at all. Maybe I can't see. Pedagogy, Wimorano Guimarães has increased his martial. That's pretty decent. There's armies coming in. Yeah, I really don't want Aveiro to stop being there. I don't understand why there's these little armies. I think they're like the guards and whatnot. Like the new men-at-arms and stuff like that. Solitude in the Great Hall. Marano seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He slipped underneath one of the tables and there hid from the people the entire meal. Isn't he shy? He is shy. So compassionate is a good balance for that. Because, you know, that makes him less bad. So I can actually remove his shyness and make him gluttonous or impatient. I believe impatient isn't great either. That removes learning. But it increases monthly prestige. You know what? Let's go with impatient. If it was a chore, then you should simply have left. And I think that works. Let's keep track of that. Impatient. We did it. So it's a choice. It's not a chance. It might be a chance. I didn't read too much. Infacel doesn't gain the trait of pregnancy. She's getting on with age, though, so I don't know about if it's a good idea for her to have a child, but I'm sure it's going to be all right. There's more of them coming from the south, which really isn't an issue. But we're now going to attack, because we have to. So I now gain 4 gold from attacking Salamanca. And hopefully they will... Well, these are not my enemies. They look like my enemies, but they're not. They're going elsewhere. Enemy ally joins war? No, that they are my enemies. Enforced demands. Will not accept. I don't know if they are my enemies. Right there. They're raiders. A neutral army. That's really important. Because, as you can see, their numbers are not great. So let's organize levies. Let's see if I can reinforce my levies up a little bit. Oh, we got it. We got it. We got the war somehow. Current situation. Low control on Monterrey. That's fine. We're good. We got it. Oof. Let's enforce demands now. That's gonna give us 20 prestige for us alone. And fame. Enforce those demands. To the loathsome Lucidio, says the Sultan. Yep. Damn your 7th grandfather. You are... That's not... Is that how it works? You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Now, I need to be careful there. Is it this Vandal? Let's make Monterrey again. Ooh, Aveiro is ours. Or is it's not really an issue. Or it's not losing control. Or we're not losing control on Aveiro. So that's pretty good. That said, I need to be careful about the allies here. Because now it's Badajoz. The whole place is Badajoz. And the Umayyad has that little bit over there. Now we're going to need to basically take over Badajoz completely. So we're expanding quite a lot. I like that. So if I can expand to the north a little bit, ultimately that's a bad idea from a strategical perspective. And that's part of the reason why things went the way they were, is because Portugal didn't really focus on attacking the ex-allies. Mostly just went to the south, historically. But I'm going north because I like them better up there. And it's whatever. I'm sort of afraid of the Umayyad, really. But then again, it's early. It's very early in the, medieval age. I'm sitting in on a strategy meeting with King Adelfonso and Mayor Oduario of Vila Viçosa. Viçosa, rather. Not Viçosa. That's a different... That's viscous. And Viçosa is vivacious, I believe. That would be the translation. He's my fellow vassal. I don't know where he's from. He's up there. Let him be. Discussing our plans for the ongoing war, King Adelfonso has combined my ideas with Oduario's, merging them into a single cohesive strategy that will give us a significant advantage on the battlefield. And we get improved offense and defense for 5 years. This is amazing. I love it. My king is great. There's also an independence war going on. Wait a minute. What? Independence war has started. By King Louis III. Oh, it's Italy. I mean, I imagine. Really? Yeah, look at that. And we're allied to Italy because of that damned marriage that I hate. Are we going to marry the English... The English? Well, in this case, it's actually not England yet. It's Wessex and Mercia. It's going to be England later, obviously. Are the Ings around? Because I know the Ings were a people. I'm pretty sure the name comes from there. But I wouldn't know where they came from. Mercia? Yeah, this is... Wasn't it Mercia like the big kingdom? The biggest one, the most important one? Cornwall. And Gwynedd. And then the 5 kingdoms of... I think... Oh, there's more of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 7, but there might be more. Because these are... No, the 8. There's actually 8 kingdoms. Wow, there's a lot of them. Ulster is a famous one, naturally. Leinster is also a famous one. Munster as well. And I don't know about the other ones. Wait. You're the same? You are. Well, part of it anyway. Impassable land, yeah. I'm not sure about my long-term relations with people. Because my son is about to get into the age of marriage. Well, it's going to be a few years, but still. I can't simply claim Coimbra over here. Although, if you are a vassal, I wonder what would happen if I declared war on you specifically. Because I was able to take... It wasn't Cantabria, it was Galicia. I was able to take Tui, I believe, specifically from Galicia. Anyway, Ooh. Infanta. I should marry this kid. Or my son. Wimarano. Can I? Dang it, 12. So I need Wimarano to like me more. That's our objective again. Hopefully Italy is not going to come in and get my freaking princesses. I'm being raided right now. This is an outrage. Above the domain limit, you are 1 holdings above your domain limit of 3, which will reduce your taxes and levies. Domain limit. You are currently holding more land in your domain than your character is able to manage by their own. It is time to create a new vassal. Or new vassals. Oh. As you'll want to keep valuable titles in your domain, we recommend that you go into the domain tab in your realm, or in your realm view, where you can see how each title is worth to you. Or how much. I understand. So that's really important. Naturally. Because, okay, I'm gonna need my levies to be replenished. Because I got cut off from there, and you are gonna stop managing that. Organize the levies, because we're gonna need to go to war. There's bad things happening. Or, I mean, it's just raiders. I don't know what they're doing here. It says 5 months being raided by Jarl Ragnar. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Yeah, I'll show you what's good. Next up, we have low control in counties. That's probably what the game was telling me about. Yeah. So these guys came from the north, I would say. On boats. It should be fine. So here in our domain, I have 4 domains right now. The county of Monterrey, the county of Tui, the county of Porto, and the county of Aveiro. And honestly, I'm thinking I want to give up the one with the most levies. Or the least levies, I should say. So Aveiro would be an interesting thing. It doesn't give me much. Although Monterrey may be a good thing. But for right now, like, immediately it doesn't matter. So I can grant this to a friend. To our heir. Or to whoever jerk here expects a position. But they say it's a council position. How about Ponce over here? His kids are going to be somebody else's. I'm sure he's going to be fine, right? Count of Aveiro. And he gains a bunch of opinion for the rest of his life, effectively. And becomes my vassal. The penalty for being above your domain limit will be reduced. In fact, I believe it will be gone forever. And Ponce's bugged name is now my vassal. And his wife is the one that actually inherits that title. If it is indeed going to be inherited. So we have Emma over here, who is amazing at intrigue. And didn't I marry her? I didn't marry her. I probably should find somebody to marry. How about Etienne over here? Etienne is my knight. You're both good for each other. Children of this marriage will be born into a house. Will not be born into a house. I assume that's a bad thing. So I would want a highborn, because she's lowborn, right? It's kind of... I don't understand why they go unmarried for so long. Is that just normal? They both get prestige, so that's a nice thing. I'm gonna go with Gala. He's quick. I think that's congenital, so maybe the kids will be good. And they're gonna like it. So it's not a bad thing. Right? It's good to be married, I suppose. Maybe. Manage domain, please do. I was doing other things. Well, actually... yeah, I need more diplomatic power. So our levies, where are they? They're just taking a little bit of time. Not terrible. Lead to gold. The transmutation of lead to gold. Something which, by the way, is actually possible and is doable in modern science. It's called... It's got like a process. It's obtained by... It can be done like in the Hadron Collider and stuff like that, because you need to like send isotopes. You're changing the isotope of a specific lead thing into gold, and you can do it. It's just a lot, very energy intensive, and it's terrible, and it doesn't matter. But this thing that, transforming lead into gold, which is the Philosopher's Stone situation, and the alchemy situation and all that, it's actually possible. It's just a bother, and you shouldn't do it, because it doesn't matter. Gold isn't rare in the first place. Anyway, has long been the dream of alchemists across the world. Though many have attempted such a feat, nobody is known to have succeeded. Despite this, I have come across some notes written in the margins of a book about plants. They claim that one can create, quote, golden rain, unquote, by boiling lead sugar, in a filtered solution of seaweed ash. Could such a thing be possible? So I might gain the learning lifestyle perk. There's nonsense. There's the +1 learning, which I very much like, or I could gain crosses. These scribbles are clearly a nonsensical prank because it's lead in your the food, but you know, let's go with that, and that way I get a little bit of learning.